In the war between Ukrainian defenders and Russian invaders, battles aren't just happening on the ground, they're happening in the cyberspace too. This is the story of how a country under siege is using its cyber soldiers to hit back. It's a digital frontline, it's fast, it's invisible, and it's full of surprises. This episode is dedicated to every cyber warrior who turned cold into courage. So back in 2014, Russia decided to not invade Crimea by sending a bunch of little green men with no insignias. At the same time, they were also very much not fighting in eastern Ukraine, and this is how the hybrid war started. This wasn't just about tanks and missiles, my friends. Russia came at us with propaganda, political sabotage, and of course, cyber attacks, because if they cannot beat you on the battlefield, they'll try to shut off your electricity instead. In 2015, Russian hackers, probably working out of some basement in Moscow, shut down power for hundreds of thousands of Ukrainians. And then came NotPetya in 2017. It pretended to be a ransomware, but it was just straight-up destruction. Ukraine didn't have a cyber army back then, so regular IT guys, hackers, and some really angry volunteers stepped up. They hacked Russian officials, leaked their emails, exposed their lies. At one point, they even dropped files from Putin's own advisor. By 2020, our cyber defense wasn't just surviving, it was growing. The security service and volunteer experts started working together. So yeah, while Russia was flexing with tanks, we were building firewalls and occasionally returning the favor. This is how Ukraine's hacker army was born. Not in a lab, not in a government office, but in the minds of people who knew how to fight back, one keystroke at a time. Ukraine's cyber warriors may not wear body armor, but they've landed some serious blows to the Russian terrorists. And no, we're not just talking about crashing websites, we're talking about intel drops, we're talking about chaos and embarrassment on a national level. Operation number 1, Surkov leaks. Remember Vladislav Surkov, the guy they call Putin's Grey Cardinal? Yeah, very mysterious and very creepy. In 2016, a Ukrainian hacker group called Cyber Junta got into his email, and not just a few spicy messages. We're talking about over 1,000 emails, documents, and notes. What was inside? Proof that Russia was orchestrating the separatist movements in Donbass. They had plans, orders, even budgets. And the best part about it is that the emails showed how exactly Moscow was literally micromanaging those puppet regimes in eastern Ukraine, down to the very posters for rallies. This leak was so big, so the US and European intelligence used it to track Russian influence. Remember NotPetya, the Russian-made cyber weapon? Ukraine didn't just take the hit and cry about it. Our cybersecurity teams, like CERT-UA and Security Service of Ukraine, analyzed, tracked, and shared the virus details with our international partners. Ukrainian experts were among the first to link Sandworm, a Russian GRU unit, to this specific attack, and this helped the US and others sanction those exact GRU officers. Yeah, we basically made sure their vacations to Europe were permanently cancelled. As you can see, this is not just about cyber revenge. It's about using intelligence as a weapon, exposing lies, blocking attacks, and messing with your enemy's sense of control. Ukrainians are not just hacking for fun, they are digital defenders with a cause, and when you poke Ukraine, even our coders fight back. But then the full-scale Russian invasion started, and the things got wild. On 24th of February 2022, Russia launched missiles. Ukraine launched something else. The IT army, formed overnight with almost 300,000 volunteers worldwide. Some were Ukrainians, some weren't. It didn't matter. If you had a laptop and a brain, you were in. Target number 1, Russian government websites. The IT army took down dozens in the first week alone. Kremlin, Duma, Ministry of Defense, etc. For days, official Russian sites were either offline or full of "Glory to Ukraine" banners. And then came mass disruption ops. And they didn't just hit transport, they went for banks, airlines, online stores. Even Russia's largest delivery service, CDAC, was absolutely paralyzed. Packages went missing, tracking systems offline, people couldn't get their diapers. That was extremely tragic. And also remember those Russian TV broadcasts, they also got hacked multiple times. Just as Putin was speaking, the state TV suddenly started showing real footage of missile strikes on Ukrainian cities. Unfiltered, no propaganda, just truth straight into Russian living rooms. And later footage even showcased numerous Russian soldiers being turned into a fertilizer in Ukraine by Ukrainian FPV drones. Some called this cyber graffiti. I call it psychological warfare done right. Next up, Yandex, Russian version of Google. Hackers leaked tens of gigabytes of internal data in 2023. Not just search logs, the source code. That's basically like giving away your factory blueprints to the competition. Damage was permanent. And then there was Killnet, Russia's so-called patriotic hacker gang, always bragging, always failing. Every time they tried something big, Ukrainian hackers would hit back much harder. Their own forums and chats were infiltrated, their data was stolen, and it was like watching a Russian clown punch himself in the face on repeat. The war changed, and Ukraine made sure that in the cyber domain, Russia never felt safe again. Now, let's clear the smoke. Who are Ukrainian hackers? After February 2022, the Ukrainian government launched the IT Army of Ukraine. It was announced publicly by Vice Prime Minister Mikhailo Fedorov, and within days, over 300,000 volunteers joined via a Telegram channel. The tasks were absolutely simple: attack Russian websites, disrupt propaganda, help track enemy movements. It was a crowdsourced cyber warfare, real-time, real impact. But the IT army is not the only player. One major name is Cyber Unit Technologies. It's a Kyiv-based cybersecurity firm run by Ukrainians. They've supported government efforts, conducted offensive cyber ops, and claimed hacks on Russian logistics and communication networks. Then we have UA Cyber Alliance, a loosely affiliated group of Ukrainian hacktivists who were active since 2014, but after 2022 they ramped up, targeting Russian banks, leaking sensitive data, and exposing Kremlin-linked firms. Also in the fight, the Inform Napalm, not exactly hackers, they're an open-source intelligence group, but they worked closely with cyber activists to verify leaks and link them to Russian military units. Those are the guys who helped expose the Russian GRU activities in Ukraine and Syria. Also inside the state, we have Security Service of Ukraine and its cyber department. They work on counterintelligence, protect critical infrastructure, and neutralize Russian cyber attacks. All those guys are engineers, intel officers, and professionals. Some are military, others are civilian. All are defenders of Ukraine in a war with no front lines. So yeah, Russia brought tanks, Ukraine brought brains. While they were busy flexing in parades, our hackers were flipping switches, cracking firewalls, and leaking their secrets to the world. No capes, no medals, just laptops, skill, and one shared goal: the freedom. The cyber war is not a war about territory, it's about truth, resilience, and fighting smarter. And in that game, Ukraine, of course, got some of the sharpest minds on the planet. So next time someone tells you that cyber warriors are not real soldiers, tell them to check the Kremlin's inbox. Dear friends, let me know if you liked this episode, and as always, I'll see you in the comments. I'm Operator Starsky. Thanks for watching.